The United States military is a guiding light, leading the world to democracy and freedom. But if we want this beacon of truth and justice to shine, we need to remain
Army strong, and that means diversity.
From gender reveal grenades and fabulous pride uniforms to our new pronoun dog tags. We're leading the way in both killing power and inclusivity. We're even training our soldiers to defend against violent misgendering from enemy forces.
Excuse me, sir.
Ah! It is ma'am! You!
An updated, more inclusive exercise regimen and bridge a woman so no one feels left out. And more supportive drill sergeants who are completely judgment-free.
You are special just the way you are. Don't let anyone tell you any different. You are beautiful at any size! Your two moms are proud of you!
Enemies of America, you've been warned. We're strong. We're Army strong. We're slaying, Queen.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
TGIF. Good morning, Reload Crew. We made it to Friday. Man, I know y'all felt it. I felt it as soon as I opened my eyes this morning. I was like, freaking Friday. We're gonna do this thing. What's going on, Devout?
What's up, dude? What's up, man?
How are you feeling this morning? You look bright-eyed and bush-tailed, or bushy-eyed and bright-tailed. Which one is it?
I've been up all night, so I guess bushy-tailed and bright-eyed. Like,
All right. That
I
works,
got
man.
Hunter's Art Gallery, greatest artist of our generation.
That's his $500,000 painting right next to the Mona Lisa and the Screamer.
One of them.
Yeah, that's where it belongs, man.
The pictures in the corners are him on drugs and self-portraits.
On Parmesan cheese?
Yes.
Nice. Or Gouda. The bottom right, that's Gouda right there.
That's definitely 100% Gouda.
Definitely Gouda.
Parmesan.
Man. That's what's up.
Yeah. Blue cheese is top right. That over there.
Blue cheese.
Yeah.
Man, I bet that's nasty when you burn it.
Yeah. I was about to say, yeah.
Put it in a bong and like, it sounds like it would kill you to inhale that. Like, worse than crack.
You're right. The weed definitely never gonna taste the same, right?
Yeah, never. Anyway, what's going on, Reload Crew? Tammy, man, back on top. Number one this morning. What's up, sis? Good to see you. Brian Griffin. What's going on? Good morning.
What's up?
Ready for this news, man? Man, we're going to get into some deep spiritual stuff. And it's not even that much conspiracy. I mean, the World Economic Forum has a YouTube channel. You can go and watch their entire plan unfold if you want to.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like a big thing, but we're going to share some stuff from the 1800s. Like whatever the World Economic Forum was called back then, it existed. And they had a plan to bring forth 3 world wars. And the plan has been going on since then perfectly. So we'll get into that. Finding Keynote, good morning, man. What's going on?
I'm getting staticky.
Yeah, Tyrone Gardner, what's up?
What's up? Appreciate. Hey,
I love you.
She was shy, so she didn't realize.
Y'all be blessed. Be safe. I love you. Can't wait. I love you. Family. That's why we do this, right? That's why we prepare. Tyrone, good morning. You made it live, man. Glad to have you with us this morning. Show, what's going on? Jerry Robbins in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Joyce Boy, good morning. Good Friday morning. TGIF, Joyce. Pump, man. Big Mama Steph. What's going on? TGIMFF. That's right. That's right. I would say the words, you know.
Motherfucking.
You can do that, man. All right. No monetization on this episode.
No,
That's
we're
cool.
30 seconds in.
Roots, Rocks, and Feathers, good morning. I'm going to do a fill in the blank. A la Boxo, LOL. I hear you. Boxo, good morning, my brother. Good to see you. Julie F. in the house. I'm glad you didn't miss it, sis. Patricia Boyles.
Good morning.
Good morning. Kicking it, Homestead. What is going on in the house? Jesus is coming soon. No doubt, man. I wish he would go ahead and come right this second.
For real. Let's go ahead and do this.
I'm serious. I was thinking about that last night, man. I was like, Jesus just needs to come. This is enough already, man. Like, I was watching the news unfold about the power plant in Kiev.
Mm-hmm.
I know that was on everyone's mind last night, and of course the propaganda wheel was turning, and 10 times bigger than Chernobyl and all this stuff. Nuclear power plants, even ones in Europe, are a lot safer than when Chernobyl went up about 40 years ago. And I just want to read the news. Devout sent me this morning. The fire has been extinguished at Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. The fire at Ukraine's plant was extinguished Friday morning after it burned for about 4 hours, the Ukrainian State Emergency Service said. So, another crisis averted. Don't worry, guys. There'll be one right along shortly. Keep watching the propaganda news. They will let you know what the next emergency is. This is 15 days to slow the spread all over again, man.
Can't wait.
Russia invaded Ukraine finally. You mean again?
Yeah, right.
Not finally. You mean they invaded Ukraine again? Like for what, the 5th time? But we're gonna get into some of that stuff, man. Everything's playing out as the World Economic Forum wants it to, and we'll show you guys why. This is all part of a plan. Nothing happens in the world anymore that is not a part of their plan. So we'll get into it. Let's see who else we got. Just want to say good. We're not in a hurry this morning. We're gonna take our time. Debbie Sams, good morning. Hey sis. Prepping Manus in the house. What's going on, man? The Manus, Eden's Garden. Good morning. Good morning. Hillbilly Homesteader. Good morning.
Friday.
Happy Friday, y'alls. Does anyone actually put garbage in their garbage disposal? Try to blow people's mind on Friday morning. It's too early, Joy. I wish we had a garbage disposal here. I would use the crap out of it to help make my slop for my pigs. Why don't I have a garbage disposal? There you go. Let me get me one. Candle, good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday, sis. Kim, good morning. Good morning. Sage News, what's going on, brother? Good morning. Good morning.
Sage in the house.
Serbian, good morning. What's going on? Well, probably not morning for you, brother. Serbian, what kind of news are you getting over there, man? Because you're kind of close over there. Jeep, good morning. Good morning. Rockadoodle Farm in the house. Cockadoodle-doo. Ohio Prepper, chilling. What's going on?
It's going to be a great day.
Yes, bad people go down my garbage disposal. I got to get them lined up first. This mad world has to be stopped somehow. I can see the line, too, like people lining up outside. Honey Bee, good morning, sis. Good to see you. What's going on? AJ in the house. What's up, Pepper for Life? Good to see you, brother. Steading, what's going on, man?
What it do, bro?
Man, you at home or you on the road headed back to Oklahoma? That brother stays going to Oklahoma. I'll be honest, Steading, every time I talk to you, you're on your way to Oklahoma. Now, notice this has to be more than one trip, right? It don't take that long to get from Florida to Oklahoma.
Been a journey.
Every time I talk to Steading, hey, man, where you at? I'm on my way to Oklahoma. I just talked to you like 5 days ago. Dude, he's going back and forth like crazy, like a fiend. Let's see who else we got. Prepping Plumber, what's up, brother? Driving to work, man. That brother be on the road, man. Early. That's what I'm talking about. Milkmaid, hey sis. Oh, Milkmaid, I got your message yesterday. It was right before the live stream, and I wasn't ignoring you, but I'm totally there. If you want, drop the link to Sophia's channel tomorrow night, guys, at 8 Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna be canning with the Cannibals on. They're gonna be on Sophia's channel, so I'm gonna be canning the crap out of some carrots and potatoes probably. Let's see. Firefly, good morning. Good morning. I thought I saw Grumpy in here somewhere. Good morning, Grumpy. Charlton James, what's going on with you? Red Dawn, what's up? Hey, Brave Nation, I want to let you guys know, I forgot to tell you last night, I changed our emojis and made them better. So if you're in the Brave Nation, do me a favor and drop those emojis in the chat and let me see if they turn out okay, if I need to go back and make them better. Because the original ones sucked. Kevo, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Steve Hall, good morning. What's up? What's up? All right, Vladimir's here. We can go. What's up, Vlad?
What's that?
Scott, good morning. Willow Bug, good morning. Good morning.
I like the pig.
Do what?
I like the picture.
I thought you said the pig, because there's a pig here. Copper Goat, good morning. Window Liquor in the house. What's going on? Ghost. What's up, brother? Good morning, man. Camo Carl, what's going on? Yeah, right. Please keep your hands and feet inside the car at all times. All right, let me catch up with you guys in chat because we got way behind. We only get the pro-Russian news with the fact we are the only country in Europe didn't give Russia any restrictions. Really? Huh, that's interesting. That's kind of interesting because the rest of the world, man, like where Russia's being censored by everybody, you know, they're kicking Russian nationalists out of all sports. I think they're not serving white Russians anymore in bars. What else do they do with Devout to help in the effort against Russia?
They banned Russian cats from the Cat Federation, so any cat species not allowed no more.
Man, he's feeling it, man. Putin's feeling that one. That stings there.
Yeah, that was rough.
OFC, good morning, brother.
They took Anastasia off of Disney.
Oh my gosh! See, that's too far.
That's too far. That's too far.
Yeah, that's crossing the line. Really?
That is.
Anastasia, come on.
Had one Russian princess.
The only Russian generic princess that Disney has. Come on.
And they killed her.
Jeez. Oh snap! That's what's up, Hillbilly. We're hey man, we're looking for the community post, man. I know I am. I want to see it. Better be a good one too.
Road to 1,000.
That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about, man. All right, guys. Yeah, so this Saturday, if you guys want to come and hang out, man, I'm gonna be hanging out with the Cannibals. They're the experts. I'm just there to hang out with them and follow their lead, man. I hope you guys come by. All right, let's get into it, man. Before we get to the World Economic Forum, I want to talk about their predecessors. Like I said, it's a little conspiratorial to talk about this stuff, but it's actually not because all this stuff is verifiable, right? Some of you guys may have heard the name Albert Pike before, and he was like a high-ranking member of the Freemasons, okay? And what they formed this group, and I'm trying very hard not to say Illuminati, but whatever you want to call them, of just the wealthiest people in the world. There's some names out there, the Rothschilds.
I was about to say.
The Rockefellers got involved, and what they wanted to do was dominate the entire world, right? Control the world's economy, all these different things. So they formed this group, and Albert Pike was one of their leaders. And what he did is he formulated what it would take to bring the whole world under, one world order, under total control. And he made this plan. There needed to be 3 world wars and like 2 or 3 different revolutions. Everything has happened except for the Third World War. And everything that he said would need to happen happened exactly as he said it would happen. And he came up with this in 1871. Anyway, let me show you what I mean. This is a channel I like to watch.
Between 1859 and 1871, he, Pike, worked out a military blueprint for 3 world wars and various revolutions throughout the world, which he considered would forward the conspiracy to its final stage in the 20th century. Again, I remind that these conspirators were never concerned with immediate success. They always operated on a long-range view. Pike's plan was as simple as it has proved effective. It called for communism, Nazism, political Zionism, and other international movements be organized and used to foment 3 global world wars and at least 2 major revolutions. The First World War was to be fought so as to enable the Illuminati to destroy Tsarism in Russia, as vowed by Rothschild after the Tsar had torpedoed his scheme at the Congress in Vienna, and to transform Russia into a stronghold of atheistic communism. The differences stirred up by agents of the Illuminati between the British and German empires were to be used to foment this war. After the war would be ended, communism was to be built up and used to destroy other governments and weaken religions. World War II, when and if necessary, was to be fomented by using the controversies between fascists and political Zionists.
All right, so like I said, this guy wrote all this stuff that needed to happen in 1871, you know, and it wasn't just him, it was the entire organization. He sent this out. There were 3 headquarters. There was one in Charleston, South Carolina, one in Rome, Italy, and one in London, England. And in London, their actual papers that he wrote are in some museum. I can't remember the name of the museum. Like I said, all this stuff is real. Like, he really wrote all this stuff, and world events actually played out the way he said they would. In 1871, World War I happened, Bolshevik Revolution in Russia to get rid of Tsarism, leading them into hardcore communism. World War II between, you know, the fascists, the Nazis, and the Zionists. Everything happened the way he said it was, probably because the people, his followers, the people in his organization in world positions made it happen the way that they said it needed to, which is even scarier. It wasn't like he was a prophet predicting this stuff. He was writing out a game plan for the entire world, and it has played out exactly the way he wanted it to since then, even up to today. That they talk about the Third World War, and he even said, you know, that it probably won't even happen in my lifetime or my children's lifetime. He said, but as long as people in our organization follow the plan, it will happen the way we want it to. And he even said, we don't even know what our organization might be called in the future by the time the Third World War gets here, you know. So one more, how it's going to lead into the Third World War. Listen to what he says needs to happen, and ask yourself, are we seeing those things played out, and have we seen them played out since World War II?
During this World War II, international communism was to be built up until it equaled in strength that of united Christendom. When it reached that point, it was to be contained and kept in check until required for the final social cataclysm. As we know now, Roosevelt, Churchill, and Stalin put that exact policy into effect, and Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, and Johnson continued that same exact policy. World War III is to be fomented by using the so-called controversies the agents of the Illuminati, operating under whatever new name, are now stirring up between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Muslim world. That war is to be directed in such a manner that all of Islam and political Zionism, Israel, will destroy each other, while at the same time, the remaining nations, once more divided on this issue, will be forced to fight themselves into a state of complete exhaustion, physically, mentally, spiritually, and economically. Now, can any thinking person doubt that the intrigue now going on in the near, middle, and far east is designed to accomplish that satanic objective?
Now, I also want to point out the guy who's talking is actually a lecturer. I can't remember his name either, but he was in the 60s. This, what we're listening to, was filmed in the 60s. And yet it still fits along with everything that we're seeing going on, because he's just reading what Pike wrote in 1871. I also want to point out, Albert Pike was not a good dude. He was a Satanist. So we know where he is at right now. And he probably deserves every moment of it there. But anyway, they make a point of going on to say, whatever our organization is called, they'll if they carry out the plan the way they're supposed to. And I present that we see them. All right. The Albert Pike of our day, his name is Klaus Schwab, or someone who he answers to. That's what's scary. Who does Klaus Schwab answer to? Who does Bill Gates answer to? All these people, man, these world players, the people who are really running things behind the scenes, we have no clue who they are, and we probably never will. But before we get into the World Economic Forum stuff, you got anything? Just enjoying the lecture this morning. All right. So anyway, I present the World Economic Forum, and like I said, this is on YouTube. The World Economic has their own page. You can go and watch their stuff.
I mean, would you trust this guy? This is Klaus Schwab, head of the World Economic Forum. It's one of the more influential and controversial NGOs. You might know the World Economic Forum as the organization responsible for the annual Davos Agenda Summit in Davos, Switzerland, where thousands of prominent business leaders, politicians, activists, and others meet to discuss how they can shape the future of the world. For example, the initiative they call the Great Reset.
All right, so that's what we're talking about, right? So when I see Russia, Ukraine, and everything, I ask myself, how does this play into the Great Reset? Okay, what does the World Economic Forum stand on all this stuff? Why are things playing out the way they are? We saw Wednesday when we were talking about the documentary, how Ukraine is not like an independent state, not really. Everything that moves forward there is because of the interference of the United States and Russia, right? They've been kind of shaping this thing going. All their media is state-run. So a lot of stuff we see, that's why a lot of stuff we see out of Ukraine so far has just been propaganda. The Snake Island sailors, they're not dead. They surrendered. The ghost of Ukraine, it was CGI. All this stuff, all this propaganda that keeps coming out, man. Even President Zelensky, he's an international hero because he shot a film 4 months ago before any of this started. And everyone's like, "Oh, look at him, he's in the fray, man. He's fighting. He's got his gear on," but he's not. It's all propaganda. So it to me, I keep going back to the Great Reset and asking myself, how is this pushing forth their agenda? What is the purpose? And a lot of things have come to light since I've been watching other people's stuff. Some of the stuff that Sage shared on his show Tuesday night when I was on there kind of enlightened me to what Russia was doing and all this stuff. But anyway, let's get back into it.
Dude, Schwab wearing that outfit, like all he was missing was a hood.
Right?
That's all he was missing.
Looked like a shadow government dude. He just needed his hood on, with like some weird headgear, like some antlers or something.
Yes, 100% would have believed it.
Dude's weird, man. All right, so the Great Reset. I know we all know about it. I'm just going to put this out. This is the actual
pitch.
Yeah, the pitch from the World Economic Forum, from their website.
I mean, would you trust?
Current global crisis has disrupted every aspect of our lives, but it has also presented us with an extraordinary opportunity, a chance to reset and accelerate efforts to improve the state of our world.
In order to secure our future and to prosper, we need to evolve our economic model, putting people and planet at the heart of global value creation.
See, my thing about the whole you own nothing to be happy. Somebody owns everything. Then who's going to own everything? If we're not going to own anything, who owns everything? You know, someone's going to own it. Amazon, the corporations, the governments, the oligarchs. You know, Amazon was given the FFA gave them the rights to all the airspace in the United States so that their drones can start flying packages. Like that happened a few years ago.
Sorry.
They're just waiting on the technology to come up. But anyway,
he said accelerate efforts, and then he said later on, you know, to people on planet boom, he said we got to accelerate today's efforts. What's today's efforts? Like whatever, dude. And then, like you said, rent. You won't own anything. So what? You're renting food. You have to pay a tax every year for all the food you ate.
Right.
But they say that, like, you know, like a tool library. Like we go in, you like rent a tool, and then you bring it back or whatever. But like you said, who owns the library? Who owns the library?
Right. Somebody owns everything. Someone's making money off of it, you know, and they try to present it as this huge utopia. And I'm not saying that material possessions are everything, but I don't want to live in a world where I can't own anything.
Yeah.
But that it's not my own property, that I don't get to decide what I'm going to do with it, or, you know, I don't like that concept. But anyway, I want to point out that this agenda of theirs is not like a theory that they're trying to attain. It's something they've been working towards for a century. You know, it's the plan's already in place to get us there. I mean, we'll say, well, in order for that, they'd have to infiltrate all the world's governments. They already have. All their people are already in place in every country in the world. Okay, Schwab does it through his NGO, what's it called? The Young Leaders Forum or something like that. Yeah, let me show you. And some of you guys, I've seen you guys say stuff about this too. You guys research this stuff too. I'm just trying to put all the dominoes in order so that we can see why we're where we are right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want us as a community, as a people, to be reactionary every time something happens in the world or in the news and say, oh gosh, so this is it. The balloon's going up. Is it? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? We prepare for we hope for the best and prepare for the worst always. But I just like to be as most informed as we can, so we have as much information as possible, so we know exactly, you know, how to spend our time prepping. You want to check this out?
Program to prepare the leaders of tomorrow. It was founded by Klaus Schwab in 2004. According to their website, its goal is to mold young leaders into people who will shape a more inclusive and sustainable future. Each year, a cohort of up-and-coming leaders between 28 and 38 years old are selected to spend 5 years in the program. The program has a large number of noteworthy alumni, including Governor of California Gavin Newsom, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, former U.S. Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, and author and anti-racism activist Ibram X. Kendi.
I mean, that's just a short. You can go to their website, and there's a list with pictures and bios on everyone that they put in this program every 5 years. And it's weird though. Sometimes you'll go there and someone will be missing, like they'll be gone from the page, and you can go back a week later and they're there again. So I don't know like how they manage that. I guess they watch the reaction to people on the world stage. But Pete Booty Butt Peg was in there, man. That one surprised me because he's a freaking moron. Yeah. But it makes sense now that I know that they're training him. You know, that the WEF is training him and pushing him towards their agenda. I understand some of the things he says now, like, you know, there's got to get rid of these racist roads and bridges. And Ibram X. Kendi,
we knew it. You knew he was in there.
That freaking race pimp.
Yeah, knew he was in there.
Of course he's in there. He probably didn't even come up with all that stuff. They gave it to him.
Hey, we already pay property taxes on stuff we own too, so this is another realm of possibility. And I see the chat talking about, you know, like slavery. You won't even own your own body. You rent whatever.
Rent your organs from China.
Yeah, probably.
Had a Uyghur kidney in there.
I was going to say, what if you had a transplant? You get a kidney transplant. You have to pay for their transplant.
Yeah.
Medications you take, you got to rent everyone, not like each pill. Oh my God, dude.
So anyway, yeah, that's the thing that always bothers me too is property taxes. Like, we don't pay the government property taxes every year. They take our property and auction it off. So in the end, even if we do like own like our homes, our land, our vehicles, it's all paid for, it belongs to us. We could live on land that's been handed down through our family for 200 years, but if we don't pay our taxes on it every year, the government has the right to take it. That's unconstitutional. That's not right. That's not being free. So in the end, you know, until we do something about that, we're never really free. So that's why I'm black-pilled, and that's one of the reasons why I'm black-pilled. There are many. And I say the best thing that can happen in the freest state we can be in is if our current system collapses and we make something better to where we are truly free. I shouldn't have to pay you. We're already kind of renting our property from year to year, if you think about it. And that's part of their plan. All right, moving forward. There's more people in there.
Well, the list of world leaders goes on. Schwab didn't mention New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, but she was in the program as well. So was French President Emmanuel Macron. That's a lot of world leaders. But let's go back to half of Trudeau's cabinet. Here are some examples. Chrystia Freeland, Canada's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance. She's also on the World Economic Forum Board of Trustees, by the way. No conflict of interest there. In addition, there's Scott Bryson, who was president of the Treasury Board of Canada until 2019, and Melanie Joly, the Minister of Canadian Heritage until 2018. So 2 former and 1 current Canadian official. That's not half of Justin Trudeau's cabinet. Could it be this guy is prone to just a little bit of exaggeration?
You know, if you look at those world leaders that he was taught, just those. Okay, that was just some of them. You know, you have, of course, Trudeau. You had Merkel from Germany. You had the Prime Minister of New Zealand, the French president, and in all these countries. If you go back and look at their steps during the pandemic, they were identical. Like they always acted and did the exact same thing together because they're all colleagues from being in the Young Leaders Forum. They've been trained in what to do, man. And so here's this guy. He's an unelected dude, this international dude. He's infiltrated the governments of every country in the world. And he has people in place, not just in the government. Some of them are running the government. Like Trudeau.
Today.
Look at this freaking fascist, man. And the people of Canada can't even get rid of him. You know, even if they vote him out, they have to send it to the Queen, and she has to remove them so they can put someone else in there.
So wait, man, has it go back to England?
Yeah, she's their monarch.
That's like I heard, like they were still part of England, but good lord, that's goofy. Like,
I know, right? There's a lot to be said about what anarchy really is and what it means. People think it means chaos, but it doesn't. You know, there's ordered chaos. That's what our brother OFC is all about, right, brother? All right, so so anyway, I got this clip from the Canadian government where one of the parliament members brings up this, like, why are we so beholden to the World Economic Forum? They asked this. Watch the dude's reaction, man.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I listened to my colleague's speech. I had a constituent that wanted me to ask a question about outside interference to our democracy. Klaus Schwab is the head of the World Economic Forum, and he bragged how his subversive WEF, World Economic Forum, has, quoted, infiltrated governments around the world. He said that his organization had penetrated more than half of Canada's cabinet. And I was wondering, in the interest of transparency, could the member please name which cabinet ministers are on board with the WEF's agenda? My concern is the deputy.
Order. I know that the member was in a really good question there, but the audio is really bad and the video is really bad as well. And I apologize. I don't know if the member. Okay, let's try again. The honorable member for Timmins James Bay.
Mr. Speaker, that member was promoting open disinformation. That's not debate. We have to call out disinformation.
We'll get into debate again.
See how nervous he got? And he's like, oh, I can't hear the audio and the video.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And then the guy stands up. The guy out in the audience, the other parliament member, who's obviously a shield for the WEF, he could hear him just fine because he's like, oh man, this is misinformation. Let's not even talk about that.
Get out of here, dude.
Dismissed it. WEF agenda in their parliament and no one wants to talk about it, they shut it down. You know,
Mhm.
I would wager that it would be like that in our own Congress.
Yes.
A country in Europe, Australia, you know, all the places it matters. But so where are we going with this? We're talking about Ukraine and Russia, right? All right. What does Vladimir Putin have to do with the World Economic Forum, the Great Reset, and all that stuff? Well, I mean, he was once one of the members of the young global leaders.
How do you know that, though? How do you know that?
Well, let's see.
Now, Schwab has said he's very grateful for the loyalty of what he calls his Canadian constituency.
I want to use this opportunity also to thank our Canadian constituency, which always has been a very loyal and very much engaged constituency here at the Forum. But now, I think with you, which always has been a very loyal and very much engaged constituency here at the Forum. But now, I think with you, together with our constituents, Prime Minister, we can make sure that in the future we strengthen the cooperation even more with your country.
All right, that was the wrong clip. But that was the one. That was the one where he was thanking what he called his Canadian constituency, and each country he calls them that, like his constituency or the WEF's constituency. Like Klaus Schwab is like the face of this thing, but like I say, he's not the one in charge either. I really believe the people in charge, we don't know who they are. The ones who are funding all this stuff and pushing forth all these agendas to go all the way back to Albert Pike. Here's the one I meant to play.
What's unfolding, I can't help but to notice that much of the attention is on the countries that the WEF has direct influence over. And there's one name that I didn't mention so far, and I saved him to the end, and that's Vladimir Putin. And while this isn't 100% confirmed, you can hear Schwab mention his name as one of the former members of the young global leaders.
When I mention our names like Mrs. Merkel, even Vladimir Putin.
You could actually even see Putin giving a special address on the World Economic Forum literally 1 year ago. And if that Putin is also under the influence of Schwab, the Russian invasion on Ukraine must fit into some kind of a piece of the Great Reset agenda. I mean, what do you guys think? Is it a distraction, a misdirection? Is it a controlled chaos with an under-the-radar objective for something bigger?
That is the question. Okay, we know that he is connected to the World Economic Forum. He gave a speech a year ago, back in 2021. But anyway, the question remains this, though. Either Vladimir Putin is carrying out a plan, you know, there has to be an enemy on the world stage. You can't have World War III if everyone's at peace and talking about peace and coming together and all this stuff, right? Like when Donald Trump was president, that's what he went around the world making peace and messing up everyone's plans. He made us energy independent, which brought more peace and all these things. And so that's why some of the first moves that Biden made was right in line with the World Economic Forum's agenda to bring forth the Great Reset. That's why Putin, that's why Biden started doing all these different things. So either Putin is carrying out a plan, a nefarious plan so that we can get back on track towards World War III, or because the World Economic Forum did remove him from their list of members. I think it was like a couple weeks ago they removed him. So either that he's just playing out his part, or he knows what the agenda is and he doesn't like it and he wants to put himself in a place to where, you know, he's out on top in the global war.
Yeah.
I've heard all kinds of conspiracies about Putin, that he's dying, he's going to be dead soon, so he's just trying to make his last little push. I know everyone's saying, you know, oh, he's going to go into Poland next, or he's going to, you know, attack this country and this country. Maybe. I mean, when he in Ukraine, he's only using like his reserve forces. He hasn't even sent in the bulk of his military yet. You know, I think they have a different
agenda.
You know, so if he doesn't move them up to go into these other countries, because I still don't believe Russia has the economy for a big push into a prolonged, protracted war. I just don't see it. I think that's why he's holding his main forces back for the next push. I think it's going to happen when China invades Taiwan, because that's when that thing's going to be ramped up, to 10. So, but anyway, I think it's still my belief. I've said this from the beginning. If it's not pushing forth the Great Reset agenda, then I'm just not with it, because that's what's going on, man. These global powers, they've enacted this program 100 years ago, and it's gone forth to a T. Even when people knew about it, even when people were screaming about it. That's why when you bring this stuff up, people are, oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist. Oh man, come on, that ain't happening. As it plays out exactly the way they said it was going to play out right before all of our eyes. We need to stop being so reactionary to world news and playing into their hands. That's what they want us to do. Let's not react the way they want us to. Let's look behind the scenes. Let's be proactive in this stuff. So anyway, that's why I want to talk about this stuff this morning, man, because I'm trying to do my research on it, and they're not hiding it though. That's what I'm saying. You can go to their freaking YouTube channel and watch, like, it's propaganda, most of it.
Yeah.
But you can see where they're going. You can see what they want to happen, and you can see who's involved too. People in our government. I mean, it's crazy. I do too, brother. I think that's the next move here. I think that's what Putin is waiting on. He's invaded his country. Now it's China's turn. And remember what Pike said in that second video I showed, what's going to lead us to World War III. That after China gets in position and locks up the South China Sea by taking Taiwan and gets everyone ramped up about that, we're going to see all kinds of videos, red alert, World War III alert, China's in Taiwan. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. 48 hours from now, we're going to be in World War III. Nukes are going to be in the sky. But it's not going to be that. It's just the next step in their plan. After China, my belief that Iran is going to start doing stuff in the Middle East with Israel. They're going to get the Muslims fomented up over there, and they're just going to get the whole Mideast sector just blowing up. What was Trump doing when he was in office? He was making peace deals between Israel and all these Arab nations. I think Trump knew the plan too, and he really was trying to stop it, and that's why they came against him so hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they tried to discredit him and call him the worst person in the world, and not, literally Hitler and all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
He was messing up the plan for some reason. And I always wonder, because we all know Trump was part of the billionaire class. He knows the plan. He knows the players. But at some point he decided, I don't want to be a part of this. I'm going to be president and disrupt. I think it was his ego. You remember when he announced, I'm going to run for president, and everyone laughed at him?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because it was Hillary's turn. And if you look at the agenda that Obama was playing out with all this stuff, he was setting all this stuff up with Russia and China.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hillary was supposed to come in after him and continue out that agenda. Then Trump won. He just totally disrupted all their plans for 4 years. And they freaking flipped out. And here we are.
Hard. Yeah.
GTP, Norm, what's going on, brother? Good morning, man. We're just talking about how Klaus Schwab has installed, a prime minister and a bunch of parliament members in Canada so that the WEF's agenda can be played out there. Yeah, they didn't. I don't either, B. Not anymore. I mean, there's a plan playing out, and it has been for a long time. But I've been working on a long video I want to put out about this stuff, like where I got this information about Albert Pike, and more specific details about how they fomented World War I and World War II, and what they've been trying to, all during the Cold War, all the different revolutions that have played out since then. But we'll get into it, man. It is. You have to weed through the conspiracy stuff and just get to the brass tacks, because there's real historical facts and players who are connected to this organization throughout our history.
And Klaus Schwab keeps mentioning the fourth industrial revolution. He keeps bringing that up.
And that's what's happening right now. We're watching it.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching it play out. Like they're trying to have like another like workers uprising or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The big push to make a universal basic income, or to make everyone's minimum wage $15 an hour. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hate to say this, some people's work isn't worth $15 an hour. It's just not. I mean, that might sound crass, but does every job need to be $15 an hour?
Every job now.
That's what I mean. Like, some jobs are worth way much more than that.
I say that's what I'm worried about. Universal basic income or 15 minimum wage. Like, what if it brings everything down to 15 or brings everything down to the universal basic income, and you don't never get any more? You don't ever grow. There's a flat line.
When you raise people's income, then prices get raised. And then so you have to raise the income again. Inflation will just continue to grow, and it's like a death spiral. Yeah. Ghetto, man, the righteous have nothing to fear from the devil, brother. He fears us because of he that lives inside of us, man. We can't be afraid to point this stuff out. Right. I think God's calling us to wake people up to what's going on.
The thing I've always had a problem with is don't talk about politics, don't talk about religion. That's the reason why we're in this. That's the one that always gets me.
The what? Well, I think that's part of their plan. They don't want anyone to talk about religion or politics because they know if people have discussions and arguments, eventually truth comes out. You know what I mean? We can't be afraid to engage in people in conversation. I've always hated that. I've heard that all my life. You don't talk politics or religion. Why not?
Yeah.
People get upset. Well, good. People should need to get upset.
Exactly.
We need to.
Yeah.
Because eventually you say, well, why am I so upset about this? You know, and so what you do is you go and you do research to prove your point. And sometimes you find out I'm totally wrong. He was right all along. You know, and it's hard to admit you're wrong. And a lot of people never will. Yeah. But a lot of people will. They'll say, man, I was wrong, man. You were right. I can't believe this is what's going on. You know, conversation, man. That's why the left is always trying to shut down conversation. They don't want you to tell them the truth. They want to believe what they feel. I see your point, man. I do, but how else are we going to have these talks? You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of righteousness on YouTube. I know they throttle us and they squelch us, but we're having these talks, man, and you know we're getting that info out there. I think it's important for us to have these discussions.
You said we're helping them in the end. Like, what do you mean? Like, we're speaking it into existence, or you mean we're helping their plan foment? Because they're already in control and have the plan. Like, we're not, you know, I don't feel like we can help them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, Grumpy.
Yeah.
Preach. Right, like there could be someone who watches this, if just one person watches this video today who didn't know anything about the Great Reset or the World Economic Forum, or maybe they've heard the word, but they didn't really look into it or anything. Because when I first heard it, I was like, what do you mean? What's the Great Reset? And it don't take much, man. And once you find out what it is, like there's this global agenda, like, dang, they've been doing this all along. And you just keep digging and digging and digging, but you know.
And they put it on YouTube. It wasn't like a documented blacked out file that Congress had in a vault. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not like a shadow thing going on behind the scenes. No. I mean, they are.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're also on the world stage. And just putting it out there. This is our agenda because we believe in equity and inclusivity and diversity.
And environment.
Those words came from the WEF. They didn't come from the left or some bleeding heart liberal. They came from the WEF. Well, here's my thing. You know, there are prophecies that have to be fulfilled. There's nothing we can do to stop them because they're from God. There is going to be a one world government. There is going to be a one world currency. There's nothing we can do to stop it. And not talking about it isn't going to prevent it or slow it down. It's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. Absolutely.
So we prepare, we fight against, you know, resist.
It'd be the Wild West, man. It'd be beautiful, like YouTube used to be.
I was going to say it was that at one time, and the internet. It was that at one time.
I can't remember who said this, but on all like social media platforms, if they're heavily censored, they become far left platforms. If there's no censorship, they become conservative. But because if there's no censorship and people have arguments and they discuss things, you can put whatever information you want to out there. Eventually, the truth gets to the majority of people, and people are like, man, yeah, I believe that now. I think that's very telling too about what's going on in the world. Mm-hmm. Censorship pushes you to the far left because you don't have a lot of information. When you have all the information, it pushes you to a more conservative view, not even far right. Mm-hmm. So censorship sends you to the far extreme left. No censorship just kind of makes you conservatively, like closer to the middle. It makes a broader umbrella. Freedom, man. If our government has no fear of something bigger than themselves, they cannot do an honest job. Half of our cabinet was not sworn in yet, but they're allowed to debate. That's in Canada, wild edibles? That's crazy, man. What do you mean they weren't sworn in? That's crazy. Just talk about it, knowing that it will get pushed to certain people. Let's talk around the AI, but still.
I disagree. True. I don't want to talk around the AI, though.
I know you're confrontational.
Yeah, fuck democracy. I'm sorry. January 6th for life.
Keep out lying, ladies and gentlemen. He's a free speech radical.
Get AI, man.
Militant, what's going on?
I understand what you're saying. You understand? We had the whole Fed talk, remember, on the council. We had that. Yeah. Like, I understand.
I agree, militant. It is definitely, Or I heard someone say this yesterday. I think it was Glenn Beck. He was talking about it, and he said it's against the globalists and those countries who are nationalists, the real conflict. I hate to say it. The Biden administration, they're all globalists, man. They're pushing this WEF agenda full bore. It's only been a year in, and look where we are. And like I said, Putin's either a nationalist, he wants to keep Russia, or he's just playing his part as the villain. Look how they vilified this guy all during Donald Trump's presidency. Putin, mm-hmm. Russia's the bad guys. Just remember that. Hey, guys, remember Russia? Russia's the bad people. They stole the election from Hillary. Russia, man. Russia did it. Quid pro quo in Ukraine, guys. It's Russia's fault. Russia's hacking everything, guys. Cyber attacks, probably from Russia, probably those Russians. That's all we heard for 4 years. So when Biden came in office, they couldn't just backtrack and say, hey, man, Russia's our boy. Like, yeah, Putin, we go way back, man. Pootie Tang.
Yeah.
They had, so now Putin's like their new Trump. He's a new bad guy. He has been. So, I don't know.
But see, the reason why I believe China's bad guy is because U.S. is speaking China talking points. If U.S. was speaking Russian talking points, that'd be something different. And in Putin's own words, he's fighting NATO influence. Okay, because NATO can, if they take over Ukraine, then they got NATO right on his border. And a piece of Ukraine is over the mountains inside that like plains area. Yeah. So, they have strategic. And that's why he took out Crimea, because it's from Cuba to D.C. Crimea to Moscow is about the same distance, even shorter.
Right.
So as soon as NATO can put a missile base there, they can shoot right into Moscow.
Right.
So,
well, and to me, man, I want this to happen. I'm tired of our country being the police of the world. Mm-hmm. We spend most of the money policing the world. We send our troops. There's like 80 countries that our troops are involved in right now. We're the main ones on the stage here standing up against, we say NATO, and Europe does seem to be setting the agenda for NATO, even though we foot most of the bill.
Yeah, right.
We need to dissolve NATO and get rid of it. It would be nice, man, if our leaders weren't involved in this stuff and they just said, you know what, we're done, NATO. Good luck with this. We're going to go back home and secure our borders and kick out the, millions and millions of illegals and get ready. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whoever wants to bring it. We'll be ready.
Yeah.
We're going down without a fight.
Yeah.
But all this Cold War NATO bullcrap that they keep pushing on us, man, I'm over it. I'm done with it, man. It's just an agenda. It's just propaganda. But anyway, that was my spiel on it.
Good spiel.
Appreciate it, pal. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out this Friday, man. I know we kind of gotten some deep stuff and some controversial stuff. As always, don't take my word for it, man. Go and look this stuff up. Go to the freaking World Economic Forum channel on YouTube and go back in their video library. and look at the crap that they put out. Go to the website for the Young Global Leaders Forum. Go on that website and look at their members and read their bios and see who they are and where they're coming from, man. It's not just like people who are in government, like prime ministers and parliament members and senators and congressmen over here, from all over the world, from every country, from every continent. There's global leaders from South America who's a part of it, global leaders from Africa, China, Xi Jinping, Putin. They've all been a part of this, and they know what the agenda is, and they know what they're pushing forth, and they're all doing their part. But there's like actors like freaking Leonardo DiCaprio's was one of them. We saw like Ibram X. Kendi was one of them. All kinds of other influencers, people who influence the world through their media and pushing all these agendas. That's why Hollywood's so corrupt, because a lot of them are a part of this stuff, man. So I mean, go check them out and see what's going on in the world, and just always keep that in mind. Like when we see these things happen every day, guarantee you something's going to pop off this weekend. There's going to be a big news thing about it. Oh, look, Russia's doing their thing. They're doing it. You know, I mean, that's just what's going to happen, and we'll see how things play out. All we can do is prepare. Like, even when these things happen in Russia and Ukraine, like if you didn't hear any news come out of Russia and Ukraine, how would we know? How would we feel like what was going on over there? I don't think we would. Like, it wouldn't matter because it's not affecting us yet. It is going to. What's going on over there is going to. I think it's going to lead to the collapse of the global economy. All the sanctions that they put on Putin that didn't do anything are going to hurt us and the entire world very soon. I mean, they're talking about opening up our freaking reserves, man. They try to scare people with World War III, and then they do nothing to prepare for it. We're still getting 600,000 barrels of oil a day from Putin. You know, we're talking about getting oil from Iran. We're talking about going into our strategic oil reserves.
That's what I was going to say. The reserves is for, like, if we do go to World War III, we need the oil to run the
Exactly. That's why I don't believe that this is World War III. Not yet.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. And I don't believe that our government is on the right side of this conflict. I don't think there is a right side, actually.
Yeah, a little black and white.
I think the right side are the average citizens in Ukraine, the average citizens in Russia. I'm on their side. You know, I'm on our side, the good people of the world. When I say we the people, I mean all the free peoples in every country, on every continent on this planet. We are the right side. We the people. It's time for all peoples everywhere to rise up against the WEF, to stand up and not be afraid, you know, to speak out against the Illuminati. You know, if we are righteous and the creator of all things is on our side, how can we lose? Anyway.
So Russia, the citizens are not for the war. They are truly against it, but they're scared to protest because they get put in jail because, you know, it's communism and all that. But I mean, we've seen in the past, you got to protest now because it's just going to get worse. You're going to be in the gulag and you're going to be starving to death. I forget who wrote it, but before Stalin or whoever took over, if they would have just rose up one time, one night and took it over, they could have done something about it. But because they waited.
Right.
I know you could die. You just protest.
Man, Yard Dog, man, it's crazy you brought that up, because I was looking, like, when I was researching all this stuff since Albert Pike, and I found this article that this dude had written a long time, and I can't find it anymore. It's gone off the internet, and I can't remember the name of the group, but there was a group of righteous people, and their sole purpose was to infiltrate the Illuminati and to bring them down or to fight them from the inside. And I was like, wow. And they were like billionaires and millionaires and people in government who knew the plan, you know, these globalists, and were trying to infiltrate them and tear them down from the inside. And it reminded me of Trump. You know, I'm still on the fence with him sometimes too. He could all be part of the plan also, you know.
The fake bad guy.
Right, but he could be a part of this group.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. That's what I'm saying. There's so much shadow stuff going on all the time. We have no clue, you know, what's really going on behind the scenes. So
the reason why I don't think you'll ever do it, though, is because if you were to join to get to the levels where you actually know stuff, you have to go to Epstein's Island or something like that. And if you really are a good person, you wouldn't go that far because it will corrupt you. So either you're exposed or you have to battle with that.
You have to get adrenochrome pumped in your eyeball.
Yeah, or you know, go to Epstein's Island, which is one of the worst I could think of. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, we getting deep into some stuff, man. But guys, we might touch on some more of this stuff as things develop next week. Me and Devout been trying to plan, pick a day to do like a weekend live stream. It's just, it never works out. We're always so busy on the weekends. But,
Are we?
Well, I am.
You have a life. Yeah, I'm jobless. I'm a piece of shit.
Right. Devout's playing Xbox. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm doing
making
stuff.
Videos for his gaming channel.
Yeah, and Tribe.
Yeah, making videos for Tribe's Beat, which was dope, by the way.
Oh, appreciate that.
I made one, and I'm about to play it for you guys for one of Tribe's Beats, and I don't know what happened. There's like a 3-second section in there where the sound cuts out, and I didn't realize it. I couldn't fix it, but I'm gonna play it anyway, man. I put some work into it. Friday.
You're gonna watch it.
I hope our discussion today hasn't depressed everybody on Friday. This was a heavy topic for Fridays. Y'all know we usually try to wild out on Fridays, man. But keep a stiff upper lip, man. We're in this. We know their plan. We know what they're trying to do, and just talking about it and sharing information is fighting against it. So, and if you're preparing at all, if you're learning to grow food at all, you're fighting the power. You really are. That goes directly against everything they're trying to do. If you're learning to grow food for your family and take care of yourselves, you're standing against this agenda. That's why we prep. But anyway, y'all have a great Friday, man. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys somewhere out there. Maybe me and Devout will pop up and show up somewhere. If we do, man, say, hey, we love y'all. Y'all know we do.
You got to do some canning.
That's right. I'll see y'all tomorrow night in Sophia's, man. Y'all better come over there and say
He already forgot, guys. He's not going to be there. He already forgot.
Whatever, man. I'm setting an alarm.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
I'm just kidding. Saturday night at 8.
Yeah, I did last night for the live too, by the way.
Right. Actually, I'll probably see y'all in Tribe's live stream tonight. I mean, I'm always there. So, I also saw Georgia Peaches going live at 7. I'll probably be hanging out with them too. So I'll see you guys out there, man. Y'all have a great day. Be blessed. Let's get out there and fight this freaking evil culture.
Let's do it.
All right. And let's always be prepared.
God bless y'all.
And just remember, stay alive.
Stay alive, no matter what occurs. I will find you.
Honestly, you're doing me a huge favor by being shrimp instead of fascists. What?